All right, we're live.
Oh, right. When we last left off, the party gathered on I believe it was a sloop, and started traveling upriver to Nantambu. Um, During your travels, you talk. I'm going to assume that you guys will be talking to
Finn and Ish.
Finn and Ish and Talsh
Paulson Meyer.
and Maya. Yeah.
Right.
What is so you guys are going to figure out this job situation. Talsh and Meyer are going to try and procure a smaller boat and keep going upriver to see if they can't do some forward scouting. Do you want Finn and Ish to stay around to help with another boat, or would you guys rather just try and procure one on your own and have Finn and Ish actually take Talsh and Meyer?
Does anyone on our boat know how to drive a sloop?
Does anyone on the boat know how to boat?
Finn and Ish.
I'm saying if we let Finn and Ish go with them, does anyone left know how to do it?
I mean, they would probably take the sloop then.
So right, but does anyone in the party know how to boat?
Probably not, but we would be at our destination for now.
Sure. You could also procure some sailors. Shidro would know that it's not hard to procure competent sailors from Nambatu because that is a quarter of what they do.
I mean, when you're a river city.
Yeah. There's a lot of fishermen there.
A river city along a coast.
Yeah.
There's gonna be somebody who knows how to boat.
Yeah.
So their plan is to just go up, do some scouting, and come back and meet back up with us, correct? Not right away, but obviously do some scouting.
Yeah. Yeah, they plan on trying to get, if they find anything, follow it, and if not, try and meet up with you guys at some point.
All right.
I think I'd feel
but
better
it sounds
if
like
they
you guys have
to help protect them.
Yeah, that's totally fair. It is ultimately the decision of you threes, or four.
Well, yeah, four.
Addie, yes.
We have numbers, so I think it'd be best to let them go with them.
Okay. So when you guys get to the city, you're going to get off the boat, and they'll probably be there for a day or so, and then restocking, and then keep going upriver.
I would make it a point to thank Finn and Ish and call them friends.
Agreed.
Duly noted. All right. We pull away from that particular conversation to about a day away to the bustle and hustle of Nambatu, and we settle
Non-Tambu.
Non-Tambu. Sorry. Look, I will eventually get it.
Yes, but it's just funny that you keep saying Namba.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's a real city.
Yeah.
I was gonna blame it on Yakuza, but okay.
No, Non-Tamba is a real city.
Shit, I thought it was just a Star Wars reference.
No, it's a real city out in the Middle East. And
That's why it was because it sounds like Timbuktu.
no, Timbuktu is also a real place.
I know.
Non-Tambu. Anyway, we come to the outskirts of the dance courts, where we find. Go ahead and describe your character, Merrick.
So, what you have is about a. What is the average height of your normal halfling? What is it? 3 foot, 3'6"?
I think that's on the tall end.
It's roughly 3 foot tall. Halfling in very obvious druidic vestments, but all black and dark gray with splotches of red. His ears look a little more pronounced than other halflings if you've ever seen one. And he's constantly turning his head almost like he's not looking at anything. He's almost always turning his head. Why am I here again?
You are currently meeting your senior.
He does still seem to be looking for somebody.
Gotcha. So the dance courts is this giant kind of open thing where people come to dance and whatnot, and there's these little side areas with curtains. And if you're wanting a private conversation, you just simply close the curtain, and people know not to disturb you.
Was I given an exact location or just the dance courts when I was told to meet?
You know which one to meet at.
Okay. So he approaches, but he's always turning his head, ears out, to hear for anything.
Okay.
As he then slips in.
To answer your question, it's between 210 and 3.4 is the average.
Okay, so it would be closer to, 211 to 3.
3 foot even.
Yeah, 3 foot flat. He's on the tall side, but not on the tall side.
You see when you enter the tall, lanky, 7.5, elven, druid of your senior. Derek, as one of his eyes has gone blind in his vision, Harry. Blurry.
Indeed.
Good of you to come. I have a task for you.
I am listening.
I, as you know, have many accomplices throughout and I've been asked to provide a competent fighter, and my best years are behind me.
Oh, come now. You'll have many years to come, I'm sure.
Not the adventuring kind.
Maybe
The
so.
Pathfinder Society has reached out and asked us to provide a service to check up on and send a rather good adventurer to help a new patron of theirs. And none other than you, considering they're asking to meet in this city.
I am honored by your decision.
Better than honored. And he reaches down and like grabs you by like the back of your scruff a bit, like pulls you close so that he can really see your facial features. And it's you, as like sturdy and as like resilient as you are, feel very helpless in this old elven's hand. It wasn't a request. You will go. The meeting is tomorrow.
Understood.
He lets go. Now come, drink and be merry. And he opens up the curtain, like motion for one of the dancing barkeeps to kind of like shimmy over and like offer you some like specialties.
He would likely take a light elven wine. Nothing heavy.
So
Garrick's not much of a drinker.
we go from that. Evening begins to set in. We pull into a humanish face with these light blue markings. Where do we find Michael? Where do we find your character?
Probably at a desk somewhere with his face in a book.
Probably somewhere around the Megambia.
Megambia.
Yeah. At least the portion that I am allowed access to.
So you're in one of their many like little library alcovings where they collect various things to read.
Yeah.
I imagine that you hold on, let me double check what this is called. My notes. Oh god, my notes.
Oh no!
Oh, notes. There is a structure called the Circle. It's constructed, made of pillars of stone, wood, fire, water, air, ice, light, and electricity. And the floor is a map of the surrounding area of the Milwaukee out to a pretty big distance. You can see little blips on there showing a collection of magic. Think of it as like little stars dotting the Milwaukee. I imagine you've taken a few books and are just kind of studying in that area, glancing at the floor.
Hey, did you say there was a table made out of fire?
No, it's not made. Hold on.
I was totally going to be reading a book on a table made out of fire. Definitely.
All right, hold on. I will quickly put this up in Gen Chat for you guys, and then I will add it later. Okay. But put this in Gen Chat.
My parking spot.
What the fuck is happening over there?
That's what I was asking.
Don't
Yeah.
worry
There
about it.
was some weird fucking event that happened last weekend, and they like blocked off the street, and like everyone who didn't live here was parking in the parking for people who live here. And the whole week following, I've not been able to park like I normally do. It's like these people moved in and didn't fucking leave. So I was very surprised that my parking spot was still here when I left and came back, because it's been hell trying to park when I leave and go to work and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So I was just having a little happy dance. Oh,
in-
good lord, that's
In Gen
That's
Chat
terrifying.
is
sorry.
in Gen
Before we
Chat
interrupt.
is in general chat is the where I think Michael would be found studying.
Cool.
That
If
is
you
the
want.
coolest looking structure I have ever seen.
That's fucking Element TD. No
You're right.
disrespect. That looks like it would be an Element TD.
You right.
That's fucking cool.
My favorite part is those pillars are holding something up. It's not just like there.
Yeah, they're
it's
not just
holding-
like beacons from Minecraft.
It's not like beacons or like a fountain or something. It's actual.
They are
systems.
structural.
Yeah. The fire, wind, and lightning. All three of those make me fucking. But that is where I imagine Michael is studying this late at night.
I believe my character would, at first glance, have studied the structural integrity of the building.
There.
Okay, I'll allow it. Give me either a Dungeoneering or Arcana.
Dungeoneering, not engineering.
Oh, engineering. You're right. Engineering.
I don't know why dungeoneering would apply.
Yeah, no, you're right. That is me forgetting about engineering. A
Damn.
27. Okay. As you study, you realize that there's mass to these things, even the fire. Like you protect yourself as well as you can, and as you push in, where like most fire would like break around and like you would be able to stick your hand straight through the fire. When you push against this, it's like touching a solid
Oh,
rock that is melting at the highest degree. The water, you try and push into the water, and it's just a torrent of like solid stone.
oh shit. Where did that go?
The light, you're unable to bend it in any way. These are very structurally sound. The one that gives the most is probably the lightning, but there's like this core you're able to notice it travels a very specific way every time. Like there's an invisible force in the middle of where the lightning is concentrated.
Oh, kind of like an invisible lightning rod or something?
Right. You assume that all of these have some sort of invisible force that keeps these elements tied to that location and is keeping them somewhat structurally sound. Like even the vine, even like the vine one, the earth, the nature one is constantly shifting and growing, which makes no sense since where is it growing to and where is it growing from?
I tip my proverbial hat to the structural engineering of this building.
You know this was constructed by actually make a history check. You should know this, but yeah, absolutely. You know this was made by the old mage Jintenbi, Jatimbi, and his 10 warrior mages are warrior mages. Really trying not to butcher this. Where is it? Where is it? And then 10 magic warriors. That's what. They created this structure very early on with the sole purpose of using the map that you see to find magical artifacts and gather them to this place. But that was years and years ago. Back when this place was still a village.
Have been the fanciest village in the area.
Do I know if they used the map as a way to determine where the magical items were? Like, was this here before the village, or was it?
No, they constructed this.
Okay.
Like you've probably found a book on I believe the book is called Old Mage and the Beginning, which talks about the first 50 years that fuck me. Jane Chiruka. Because they were.
Chiruka? I know what a Saurian is. What's a Chiruka?
A Chiruka is a man ape. They are almost all of them follow the tenets of the ape devil. I'm trying to remember his name. Not devil, demon. Ape demon. Agor and Angos Han. Hold on. Ugzon. Ogungzon.
You can just send it. Well,
Anyway, I can post it. Here you go. but Chiruka are almost all servants of the Demon Lord of the Apes. You would probably, without too much trouble, know or be able to like find some information on it, but I don't know if you would have time to look into it. You would probably just know that the Saurians and the Chiruka were pretty fucking rough. Both incredibly brutalistic. The Chiruka have the ones that have broken away eventually became known as the Venari, and the Saurians that broke away from their demonic lord became known as Lizard. Totally fair. Look, dude, you are probably the one that knows the most amount of shit because that's what you do. What are your plans for the meeting tomorrow?
I don't know if we would have had something arranged where the Pathfinder Society would send someone to come greet me, or if they just told me, or if I just know the location.
Like, you know where the lodge is. Did you want them to send anyone? If you want them to vet, they will. But anyone they vet, where to send them to, or do you just want to be at the lodge and judge for yourself?
You're talking about like vetting out a group of adventurers? Is that?
Yeah. They will.
Oh, we'll just. I would just let them do that themselves.
Okay. Do you want? Okay, so them vetting is totally fine. Do you want to be at the lodge, or do you want them to send them somewhere else?
Yeah, I can go to the lodge.
Okay. So you'll be at the lodge. All right. How late are you going? Are you going to get like lost in your studies and like fall asleep out here? Or are you going to try and find a place to sleep for the evening?
What time of day is the meeting?
Well, that depends on when your character set it.
In that case, I would rather probably get lost in my studies and fall asleep here, and then have the meeting sometime towards midday, because my character would know beforehand that that's likely to happen.
Totally fair.
Oh wait, no, never mind. I only need 2 hours to sleep, anyways. We'll set it in the morning.
I forgot about that. Yep, totally fair. All right. We pull from him deciding to absolutely go ham because he really doesn't need much sleep. To about the break of dawn, the party on the sloop arrives. For most of you, it's your first time. Shidro, you've been here a few times before.
So where do we arrive specifically?
You would probably arrive through the main channel, which is this one.
Ah.
And you would probably dock. Either on this location or this location.
Hmm.
That matters because they're gonna turn around and take the fucking sloop and go upriver, right?
Yeah, but they're going tomorrow because they want one chance, overnight.
Yeah, they need to buy supplies and stuff, so it doesn't really matter to them.
And besides, there's plenty of ways to snake back around.
Well, for the one of us who's been here before, which dock would be closer to where we're trying to go?
I
Yes,
suppose.
oh wonderful God, where would it be closer?
Yes, memory. Where would it be close?
Man, that's real. Though, where exactly were we supposed to meet our, whoever we're getting the job from?
Well, we were supposed to
you-
inquire with the lodge, and then
Right. Then where's the lodge?
that's what I
Oh,
was
working
asking
on
it.
Shidro, and Shidro was asking God.
Hold on.
So you're the council.
Proverbial god. God of God, trickster.
God of this world.
God of our story.
Well,
God
I
of the
mean,
curse.
if they are the god of such things, they should know that, right? It's
Yeah,
not a
but-
bad one to ask.
But Momo doesn't have
God of
divine
curse.
intervention.
What, and you do?
And we're looking for Captain Miley.
Momo needs a few levels in cleric to get divine intervention.
Why?
Focus ping. There you go.
Gotcha. So yeah, like here or so would actually be a pretty good place to dock. Although, do the rivers basically just work like streets? Wait, did I say wizards or river?
You
What
said
I
said
meant.
rivers.
You said
Okay. Man, my brain's doing
know what
some
you meant.
fucked up stuff to me today.
I feel like you have to use the streets.
You can use both the rivers and the streets. They both work. The streets are they have large like when like they cross the river, they have these very large arcs that even can be opened up to allow for even larger ships to go through.
So they're like
Mm.
drawbridges, but also
Yeah.
art.
They're also arced, yes.
They're like
River
big
travel
ones.
is very important to the city.
You don't say.
Yeah. So you guys want to go to this particular one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page of let's go ahead and see what this job is about first
Okay.
and decide what
Totally.
to do from there.
Totally fair. Then I guess you guys would travel like through here to here, correct?
Yeah, probably like over the bridge
Yeah.
and down.
I'll draw it. So like this way.
Yes.
Probably going to take you a few hours to get there. Because for reference, this place is actually massive.
Hmm.
Do I know
If you look over-
been here before?
Yeah. For reference, like just the center area is about the size of Blood.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a proper city.
Yeah. If you look down in the bottom left, you will see that it's 2,750 feet
Almost
for
a
that line.
mile.
Almost a mile. While the other one was, I believe, check.
It was 1,000.
Yeah. Their line was about 1,000 feet.
Give you a better idea about the scale now?
Yeah, yeah.
So while the design and whatnot and the map size is about the same, understand that it is actually much bigger. Much, much bigger.
Welcome to Fantasy Metropolis.
This is not even the biggest fucking city.
Like, this one stretch of river is a fucking mile.
Yes.
Oof.
Nobody explores this city in a day.
Not
Not easily.
Not if you're doing a thorough search.
Not without like a 200-foot fly speed.
All right. So as you guys make your way about here, you hear the roaring wind as you see a person on a like very small board and like a little sail that he's holding on to, and there's a spell pushing the sail, and he is just skidding across the water at a very incredible speed. He probably going around 500 to 600 feet. So you see him very briefly as he careens down the canal here.
Sorry, I got distracted. What's happening?
No, that's in character.
He's not here, so
I was teasing.
I know.
I was teasing because it sounded very much like something that Merrick would do in character.
If he's on the water and moving that fast, wouldn't we get hit with a massive wave?
Again, he's more skidding on top of the water than actually like pushing into it, creating a wave.
Okay.
So like a boogie boarding almost.
I mean,
Only
there's an
on
actual.
sand.
Is it like
Surfing.
parasailing?
Very similar to parasailing, except with magic.
That's. Well, I guess that's another way of exploring the city in a day.
Yeah, that'd do it.
The wonders of the city.
Shintro, you know what that particular you are very much aware of what he is currently.
Is that a normal way for people in the city to get around?
No. This is definitely someone practicing the like a race route and like fine tuning their like flat.
People do
Practicing for the
fucking
sport.
parasailing races here?
Oh my god, it's street
Big.
racing.
That's
River
sick.
racing. Except for you are on the boat.
Fucking street racing on water.
Try that while I'm here.
But that's just something I wanted to point out.
Because it's fun.
I want something to happen with this, but I'm not going to force you guys. All I wanted to do is point out that there's some wild ass shit happening in the waters.
Hey, I want to participate in this too, so.
Well, you gotta fucking go do it. So.
I've got
Alright.
enough
Doggy
for
paddle.
What was that?
I've
So
got
I can
enough
only
for
doggy
it.
paddle.
All right, so you guys make your way to the Pathfinder Lodge. It's in a bunch of buildings, but it's a 2-story building. Glass of every single window here is colored glass.
Ooh.
Every door, window has some glass feature. Has everyone you've seen is wearing like little glass beads, colored glass beads. Multicolored, single colored, doesn't really matter. The majority of the places you've passed might be a home establishment or might be a glass shop. Half of the city is glass worker.
Really?
Yes. Glass workings is the most common thing here, and because of the incredible amount of trade specifically to this city, they typically sell it to all of the like tradesmen or like tradesmen and stuff like that for like other knickknacks and like books and things of that nature. You guys would have passed probably, it would have been here and here. You would have seen gathering of just dozens of children and a handful of adults who then start teaching them how to you would have seen like reading, cooking, and like how to start working with like glass, like the basic elements of it. Aging from like 5 to 12.
That's That's a little bit young to be playing with molten glass.
No. The youngest ones are basically just being taught how to read and like basics things, like how to like put together like the structure to make like a heated pot or something like that, but not actually like heating up the pot. Basically just teaching them
taught with like clay or something like,
yeah.
and let them watch, but they wouldn't actually be handling anything dangerous. Like with kids, when you teach them how to cook, you don't teach them how to put it in the oven or on the stove. You show them how to mix it.
Okay.
Is this a recent school? Because I had thought you had said that most of the city was illiterate.
No, opposite.
Oh,
4/5 of the city is literate.
Gotcha.
Which, in for reference, the closest next city that I could find in literacy is Absalom at 3/5.
That is.
Well, how are they supposed to get their sailors' mouths if they can't read?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Most farmers and so on, like, if you take it into fantasy settings, most people cannot read and write. They can talk just fine, but they cannot read and write. The majority of people in the city can read and write.
Damn.
And this includes children.
Damn, that's better than some American cities.
You're correct. There is the crime rate in the city is almost non-existent.
So, okay, the crime rate is low. What's legal then?
There are, of course, illegal things, but for the most part, the city is built on tolerance and understanding. And people here don't need to steal for food. If they can't afford it, their neighbors will help.
Damn,
Like-
it really is better than most American cities.
Yeah.
Right?
The city is, for the most part, the city doesn't have a particular like religion or anything like that. But if there was one, it would follow the god. What is her name? Let me go pull up my book again because I didn't make a note of it. Yeah. There's no outlawed religion. You can worship whoever you want, even if they're like an evil god. That's totally fine. But the largest worship happens to be Mazladon, Mazlada, goddess of community. And almost every single one of the citizens at some point during the year will go to a church and just work there for a couple days, providing like it's a soup kitchen type thing, and like helping those who are less fortunate. That is a very common thing for this particular city citizens to do. Anyway, you guys back to the Pathfinder thing. See the building. It has glass, colored glass, many wind chimes of glass of multicolor. And it is it's not like a very deep building. It has 4 tables when you enter and a little bar area, and then an upstairs area where there's 6 tables, and that's it. There's a little back room behind the bar where it has like their drinks and like a little bedding area for the captain. And speaking of the captain, I assume when you guys enter, you would see the captain. So here you guys go.
Gremlin is that?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I wasn't gonna be rude, but what am I looking at?
This is a monkey goblin.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Just couldn't
That
tell
was
immediately
Weird
because
mutant mouse.
Yeah, no,
I
it's a
don't
monkey
really-
goblin.
Monkey
I thought it was
murder.
more of a rat goblin
Hey.
than a monkey goblin, but whatever works.
they don't have freaking facial hair on goblins, and it sucks.
I mean, they also don't have monkey tails in Hero Forge, so you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I tried.
Well,
I tried my hardest. It is a monkey goblin.
all right. Now I'm not going to use the image, but I will take your words to heart.
Anywho's,
So as you guys enter, Garrick, I would assume you're already here,
I was well early.
probably before first light.
Oh yeah, in as close to the darkest corner as possible.
You sit in the darkest corner, and somehow it's even darker because you're there.
Lord.
Uh,
By the way, if anyone hadn't figured it out, he decided to play an edgelord.
You're using that one racial trait with the darkness and the light halflings, aren't you?
no, I said that entirely as a joke.
Mm. Then, actually, was it gnomes or halflings that have a specific feat or like a
Gnomes.
racial trait that just like give them
Gnomes.
bonuses on anything that is
Gnomes.
gnomes? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, halflings are not magical by nature.
Mm.
They're lucky.
But I do have the halfling racial bonus for being in the dark.
Oh.
But that's not magical. That's just an adaptation to being in the dark.
That's just being sneaky.
Yes, but yeah, he observes the group, in complete silence.
What does the group want to do as you enter the building?
Well, we were told to talk to the owner, right?
Yeah,
I know that that's
just
the
go right
captain.
up.
Was that?
Would I know that that's the captain, or would I just,
You have not been in a Pathfinder. Like, you've been in, like, almost no Pathfinder lodges in your entire life. Like, I think the first one you went to was the one back at the fort. Like, you've been to the city, but you had no reason to come to the Pathfinder Lodge, so you probably don't recognize the captain.
I guess I go up to the monkey goblin lady behind the counter and I say, "Excuse us, are you the captain of this establishment?"
That I am?
Wonderful. We're here about a job opportunity.
the wolf sent us.
Ah. Understood, understood. Have a seat, have a seat. Would you like something to drink while you wait?
I'll have a dwarven ale.
Running a
That's
wee
water.
bit dry on Dwarven Ale. Really only have Jantamba juice.
Is that anything like water?
That is, I'm pretty.
Not water.
Isn't that the stuff that back on Blood Cove?
No, this isn't. No, it is specific to the city. It's like a mixture of like local like fruits and stuff. That it and it's not actually called that, but everybody, all the locals call it that entirely because the students will sneak out or like go on like a binge and specifically order this because it's just like really good at getting you hammered.
I suppose I'll give it a shot, I guess. Wouldn't hurt to try at least once.
She puts it down. Do I have an image of this? I want to say there's an image of it, but I'm going to double check. Oh, I guess I will. All right. Yep. It is a. It's from dates and ginger, cut with a small amount of tea. She puts it down. You see a couple little dates in there. The little ginger root, like curving around the side of your glass. And your glass, by the way, is also this like very pretty multicolored glass. Like when you pick it up, when it's below your eye level, is like this like little very nice deep blue, and when you pull it, like as you raise it above your head, it shifts in color tone to being this kind of reddish hue.
What kind of holographic nonsense?
It's
Man,
pretty.
I got a foil fucking alcohol glass. Look, Ma, I pulled the foil. Yeah, I suppose I'll just take a swig.
It's sweet. And then it has like this kind of sharp bitterness at the end, but it goes down very easy.
Significantly more tropical than I'm used to, but hey, suppose it comes with the territory.
So, question: is it about the meeting time I was told by my senior?
Soon, you were told it was morning, but not like first dawn. While it is no longer first dawn, it's the morning is starting to come on. You would easily consider it morning for maybe another hour or so.
Considering that the 4 individuals that are before me are, I assume, the only 4 others in here.
Yeah, they're the only 4 others in there. other than
The
Milo.
captain.
Yeah.
Michael?
Mm,
Is Michael's character in
No.
here?
No,
If I'm here, I'd be in a different room.
Okay.
Michael's character is not here yet.
Miley is the name of the captain,
Correct.
Yes.
who he said.
okay.
So you have the dwarf with the starch. I believe it's like the starch white beard. You have a white beard, right?
It is bronze.
Bronze. Thank you. Actually, just to go back over your characters, why don't you go ahead and describe your character in full?
Makes sense. So, Rugnir Rumblebronze is a heavily clad, well-built dwarf with her dwarven appearing lad who has like vibrant bronze hair and flowing beard, ending in 2 braids with you can see he has like pale white yellow eyes, but that is just about the only otherwise defining characteristic.
Other than, the double shields.
Yeah,
No,
that too.
he's got the bracers, so they wouldn't be out, would they?
I mean, yeah, they appear as bracers on my wrists as they are, and
Oh.
yeah, because like I got the new ones at Blood
Yeah.
Cove.
Yeah, they are bracers with like this long metal.
They're like those
Stretch up the
dueling
arm.
gauntlets in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Kind of.
I was more imagining the shields from that Captain America uses in Infinity War, the Wakandan ones.
No, his are smaller than that. They're segmented so that when he wants to actually use the shields, he just pops it and it slides around to be a half circle, and he can use that as.
Yep. Just please do not compare it to a dual disc.
It's kind of like a dual
Sounds to me
disc.
like mine
Shut
was
up!
more
It's not
accurate.
like a dual disc. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
It's
Oh,
time to Dex
Just,
some
just cast aggressive thundercloud.
fools.
Wanna
Oh
get
my fucking god! No! Wait! No!
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
It only gets better, but I'm not gonna reveal any further
If you
yet.
thought, if you thought
Okay.
tickles were, if you thought tickles were good.
Chris, why don't you go ahead and describe how Shidro looks?
Shidro is a 6-foot-tall lizard folk with dark green scales and yellow eyes. She is a basilisk lizard, which is colloquially known as a Jesus lizard. You know, the ones that have
Yep.
the big neck frill that can run on water.
Yep.
So I would say, slender frame, and just kind of wears a wrap around her top and what's essentially just a giant leather loincloth with a small little poucher bag on the side.
Slap.
Don't forget the other 2 details of your character.
The ones that are easily visible, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, right, the new one. There is
2 new ones.
Yes. She has a necklace of lizard folk teeth around her neck, and there is a red tattoo on her chest of a red crocodile with its jaw open.
Would I recognize that in my dealings?
No, you would not recognize that.
I'd probably have to roll a thing to know what those are.
You probably wouldn't be able to get through a roll either.
That's fair, and I only have geography and nature, so
I mean, you could
Yeah,
probably
that's
realize that they're lizard folk teeth, but as far as the tattoo, nah.
I was
don't know,
wondering
if
if I
he's-
would know what tribe you're from.
It has nothing to do with tribe.
Okay, is there a way for me to know what tribe she's from?
No.
Okay, there's no distinctive markings. Okay.
You kind of have to figure out tribes by talking to them.
That's fair.
If you
Lizard
talk to
folk
them, they
can-
immediately bite your
lizard-
head off. They're not a
yeah.
friendly tribe.
Yeah. Lizard folk can kind of discern tribes by just like knowing what their tribe is.
I kind of thought that minor dress differences, usage of specific pigments, kind of thing.
I mean,
While
that's
that is
my
the case,
natural scale.
so it's also there's also just the blending. So
That's fair.
And you're blind, so meh.
blind.
I'm joking, because he's a
Okay.
bat and he was making a big deal about twitching his head around a lot.
Hilarious.
In as dense an area as the dance courts, that's why he was doing it, because there's so much going on. He's trying to make sure he's catching what he can. This place is almost empty. He doesn't have to twitch his head so much.
So, Addie, go ahead and describe Lucian.
Lucian is a 6'3" human. He's
Damn, you're tall. What?
yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
You're fucking huge.
He is light tan skin tone, blue eyes, brown shoulder length hair. Typically, he just kind of wears dark blue, gray leather armor. He has a big blue hat with feathers in it, and a blue cape, and 2 guns. Tips.
Go ahead and describe your character, Suzanne.
Lar is a 5'8" humanoid with. God, hold on. What word? I like using the words we have because they work. They work. It's thickly pale skin, dim yellow eyes, jet, like you could not get black hair, and abnormally long arms that reach about to her knees when she has them at her sides. And yeah, I haven't decided whether or not if I don't think she sold her armor yet, so she's just got light leather armor, and she's got 2 short swords and a hand axe and a pickaxe, just kind of haphazardly sheathed around her.
Average Minecraft player.
Don't make me laugh out loud. I'm gonna wake up the baby.
Guys, are my arms unnaturally long? I just stood up and did a test, and they're about 6 inches from my knees.
No, that's pretty normal, I think. Like hers
No,
reach just below
hers-
her knees.
Yeah, hers goes below her knee.
Yeah, typical human proportion. Like a lot of people, when they draw people, they don't draw the arms long enough because your arms should come down at the very least, even for people with short arms, to your mid-thigh.
Yeah, I was going to say shin, but then I remembered it's not quite that long. I think it's like 2 inches or 3 inches below the knee, right?
Yeah.
Which, considering she's tall,
I like how Michael was like, wait a second, is my arms long? Am I a freak?
Hey, what the hell's going on?
Am I a weirdo?
Alright, opening the door. Go ahead and describe your character how you wish, Michael.
Okay. So my character is about 5'8". He looks young. He has blue markings on his face. I don't know if they would have met a sylph before, or they're not common, I don't think.
Who?
You playing a sylph again?
Yeah, I'm playing Sylph.
Oh, okay. Also, why did I just hear a freaking moan in the background?
I think that was a machine of some sort, like a.
That
I mean,
sounded.
Eric
was
did
it
open
cow?
the door, but my mic's not that sensitive, so.
My
Someone
first thought was
also has a
cow, but then I
periodic
went motorcycle.
that keeps getting picked up, like a.
You know what? Whatever.
Okay,
Oh, you're,
so the
you're talking about my
Fuki's
push to
me,
talk.
or me, because whenever I mute, it does a pop noise. I didn't think. Okay, that sound was a lot louder than I thought it
Wait,
was.
continue with your description, Ark.
Yeah, he has blue eyes, short silver hair, and olive skin tone. And he is covered with bits and baubles. Unless you have detect magic on, I don't know if you would know if they were magical items or not. But he's got a tiara with 3 gems in it, and he's got.
Man's over here wearing a tiara.
He's got a couple of rings, and a cloak. And his clothes are kind of dark burgundy and ash gray. And he's got some spell books.
Speaking of all your shit, go ahead and roll me a 1d6.
Yeah, that thing.
Slow day today.
You know what that means.
Yeah, but also, did I know that we went over this, but I'm not sure if we ever finalized it. Over the 14 days?
I'm going to say no.
No? Okay, so 2 days I had spent at the carnivorous thing, and we're not doing that?
Boy, huh?
Don't worry about it.
Session 0, don't worry.
Oh, right, that.
Something.
Just to make it easier, roll me 2d12. And then we'll say that's double check, yeah.
Pretty average roll.
This. Is that fair?
I think we're talking about 2 separate things. I was talking about I had spent some time at the carnivorous gardens
Yes.
researching plants.
Yeah. I thought we finalized what that was.
Yeah, but what's the number for? You can type it to me.
Oh,
I'm actually just gonna be right back.
I gotta go put my leftovers away.
Yeah. That is that.
That's staying? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Cool. Got it. Anyway.
Sorry about that.
Nope,
It was
you're good.
very important, okay?
You're good. All right, it's all you.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Are you talking about like walking? I thought I wasn't doing the vetting process, or is this after that?
This would probably if someone showed up that wasn't up to snuff, Miley would vet. But everyone thus far seems up to snuff. Miley gives you like a nod.
Okay, so I walk up to Miley then, or Miley. I walk up to Miley then and say, is this the group?
It's everyone who showed up. If anyone else shows up after the fact, do you want me to send them your way, or just this will do?
I'm gonna take a look at the group and sort of like look them up and down.
Okay.
I'm going to say, okay, well, I trust the Pathfinder Society's judgment on this, so I think this will be fine. If anything, the first part of the journey isn't going to be outside of the city, so I won't need it any more than this.
Alrighty. If someone else shows up for this particular job, do you want me to tell them it's no longer available, or do you want me to try and get or do you want me to try and get a hold of you if they seem up to the part? Oh, sorry. It's this voice. My God.
I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I was using the wrong voice.
NPC having an identity crisis is all.
Monkey Goblin code switches.
Ah.
I fucked up. It's this voice.
I don't know what you just said because none of it came through.
I fucked up. It's this voice.
I'll say you can send them on to me. All the more people would mean a higher success chance of the quest in question, and yeah, as long as they know that their lives are in danger. So,
I mean, that's just presumed at 5,000, but
Yeah, I get that, but I have to ask, or I have to, I would like them to know. I wouldn't want them coming in without knowing that.
If they don't understand that, I would probably just not send it away.
That's fair. So then, after talking with Miley, I'll turn around to the group and I'll say, so you guys have been chosen to journey with me on a quest for 5,000 gold.
Seems like it.
Well, would you like to hear about the quest here, or would you like to go someplace else?
Okay, real quick, just half pause here. From where I was located to the group, how many people are facing away from me?
Not sure.
That's why I'm asking Trickster.
Michael, are you facing Miley, or are you
I turned
facing away from Miley?
I'm facing everybody.
Okay, then they're looking at you. Probably one.
Okay. Never mind. Because I was gonna see if I could just kind of, because everyone's a little distracted with the main group, just pop up on the side.
Just like snoop over to the main table.
Yeah, just suddenly.
The four of them are at the bar, or all five of them are at the bar. And
yeah, you're all at the bar.
The only one that's looking in your general direction would be Michael's character. Because he's facing the group and you're behind the group.
No point in being subtle because these are people I'm likely to work with based off of what I'm hearing, so may as well saunter my way over.
Okay.
Although, for Michael, my movements are very smooth. Each step, my head does not bob. Like, I'm intentionally keeping my head very still as I move forward.
Okay.
Like a chicken.
Gotcha.
Look, man, bats, birds.
That is not something a bat does. Bats are mammals.
I'm aware.
Bats
sure y'all know
specifically bob
about-
their head.
I'm sure y'all know about freaking gyroscopic chicken heads.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
most birds.
No, it's not most birds.
I thought it was most birds.
No. It's all land birds can do it. Birds with flight don't do it.
All right. Well,
Anyways.
Yeah. So, whichever's more comfortable for you, I suppose. Unless, looks around at the rest of the party and probably at this point notices our halfling friend.
Who is, to the rest of you, suddenly standing immediately behind you.
Just imagine the scene from Steven Universe when the extra ruby infiltrates the group of rubies and they're like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm 5.
Yeah, hang on. Let me act this out. So I'm like, whichever one's more comfortable for you, or unless anyone quickly like glances from side to side, does a double take. Hang on, 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, have we met?
No.
Then sorry, quickly collects himself a little bit. Nice to meet you then. Name's Rugnir. And were you also interested in the job that
I was sent
I glance over
as a
at
request from a contact.
Wonderful. I glance over at Mike's character, and I'm just like a little inquisitive, like kind of cocks his head a little bit, like just kind
It's
of
like, fuck?
non-verbally saying like, what's happening here?
all right. Well, we can do this here then.
I'm not that funny, sadly.
No, that's what Shidra would do. It's like, oh yeah, you're sure? Nah, all right.
No. Remember, so this is even shorter, so I don't even think Shidra would see him until someone pointed him out because I'm less than half your height.
No, you're exactly half my height.
How tall?
He's 3 foot.
I'm 3 foot.
And I'm 6 foot. You're exactly half my height.
I thought you were taller than that.
No,
Well,
face
she
form.
can get taller than that.
Now, that being
So does
said,
that make Lucian the tallest person in the party?
I didn't
Oh
realize
my
it
fucking
was.
god, it does.
I thought Laura
I
was
didn't
the
realize
tallest.
it was. I thought Shudra was taller than me.
no,
Well,
Laura,
yeah, but normally-
Yeah, Lars only like 5 something.
5'8".
5'8". I'm tall
Is that
for
with
a human.
the? Because I
I
assume
mean,
she's
I know
like
how
kind
tall
of hunched
6'3"
over.
is. I've dated
no, I'm
someone
not.
who was that height before,
Oh,
but that's just why I chose it, because it's like I know it's a realistic average. Like height.
It's not
That- that's,
average.
That's not. That's not average.
Not average, but it is
Dude,
possible.
2 people that were 6'2".
In
That's
fantasy,
like
Not
basketball
average.
player height.
You also have to remember that you're taking today's height when humans are taller
Ah.
to fantasy time, like 1,000 years ago, we were on average 2 feet shorter.
Oh well,
Uh,
he's
and
he's still that
that's
height.
like
For reference, the maximum height, if you roll your height and you max all your rolls for a male human, is 6'6".
I don't want to be 6'6" though.
yeah.
I'm just saying females can't even get your height. Females are 6'1" max.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Michael.
Yeah. So to start this off, I'll tell you all a little bit of a background. I'm from a big city, Caramaga. Not nearly as big as this place, but still quite big.
I think it's bigger than this place.
Is it? Well then,
I'm going to double check.
Hold on a sec. God is speaking to me. Let me double check.
I don't want you to be
reality
wrong.
slightly.
I mean, we can be wrong. They won't know.
I've heard of that city before.
Chris, let's just read the cards and alter the future slightly.
Wrong game.
Careful, you might activate Rugnir's trap card.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I didn't realize
it's
Rugnir was
mile. It's half a mile in diameter, so it's definitely smaller than this place.
Yeah, it's
I didn't realize Rugnir was a crossdresser.
Wrong trap, Merrick.
Different kind of trap.
Oh, you.
Anyway, as you were saying.
I come from a wizard's tower, and I was a student there, and I came across a scroll that I read, and it described a magical artifact. And due to the nature of my arcana that I study under, I have sort of an obsession with this artifact. So I would really like to acquire this artifact. So I made a journey here where it stated the artifact was, and I had the intentions of going deeper into the archives of, the Magambia. However, I was barred entry from the Magambia because they said it was too dangerous for me to go alone. That's where
the
you
archives.
guys. Well, yeah, the archives. That's where you guys come in. This is a 2-part mission. The first part is helping me gain access to the deeper archives of the Mangambia. And then the second part is escorting me to where the artifact is. I have reason of suspicion that the artifact's location is in the archives.
So, 2 things. 1, what's so dangerous about an old library? Or, I'm sorry, archives.
Yes, I did acquire some information about that. A long time ago, there was a dispute about the information that could be held within the Mangambia, and some of the then professors set traps. So I have reason to believe that that is the sole reason that they barred me entry from the deeper parts of the Mangambia.
You see a smile creep over Rugnir's face, and then quickly, secondly, do we have a name for this artifact of yours?
Yes. The artifact is called the Orb of Zen.
So,
She just was going to pop a little bit at that. It's like, can I sense motive him?
Oh, yeah.
I would also like to do that.
Go for it. Shidro, you just trust him.
Smooth lizard brain. Oh yeah, nothing could go wrong.
Oh hey, would you look at that?
Okay.
Can you
are
do
you
a
trying?
knowledge check?
Are you trying to deceive them in any way?
No.
There you go.
Do I see them, especially the lizard, eyeing me up, trying to sense motive?
They are, because she nat won. You like there is a face of recognition of when you say Orb of Zen, and
That frill
an
pop.
immediate dot. Like she immediately like narrows her eyes and is focused on you. She
You can
knows
almost-
something about it.
You can almost feel the breath from her nostrils as she stares at you so intently.
Either way,
Addie
do we get
got a
anything
nat
off of a
20.
20?
Natural 20. Michael is not deceiving.
Okay.
That being said, Michael misremembers one thing, and I will point that out to him. You know the artifact isn't in the city, but you know that the records of where the artifact went are in the archive.
Oh, yeah. That's basically what I said. What's a minor detail?
Between life and death.
Basically just pulling our artifact out of the library and beating someone's ass to get it back.
Right. So, I am curious what Merrick's character thinks about all this. What his reaction is, if any.
So when you mentioned Wizard Tower, his eyes narrowed, but not in like. Hang on, I have to go release the cat. Give me a minute.
Okay.
In the meantime,
Natural 20. So you in fact know that Michael's character is being forthright with you, everybody. He is looking for the artifact known as the Orb of Zen. And to rewind time for him a little bit, he says he knows that in the archive, the information of where that artifact went is in the archive.
Sorry, go ahead.
Also on that natural 20, I'm going to go ahead and say, do you want to be selfish with it, or do you want to be like share it? Do you want to be generous or selfish?
What are you talking about? Me?
No. Addie rolled a natural 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes, and I'm asking, do you mean, do I want to not say anything about what I pick up on? Or
No. Do you want a reward to yourself, or do you want to share a reward?
How does a shared reward work? I'm curious.
Okay. You go ahead and get yourself a hero point, and Michael, you get a hero point.
Where do I put that?
Notes usually.
Make a note for it. Hero points allow you to re-roll.
And they carry over between sessions, so notes on your character sheet's a good idea to put them.
Yeah, I forgot, Michael. You also should have 3 more hero points because I forgot to tell you that.
Started with 4 in the tutorial, and I used 1, right?
Yes.
Tutorial.
The tutorial to this game.
Pretty much. But no. So when you mentioned the Wizard Tower and whatnot, his eyes narrow in just judgment more than anything else. Then you mentioned artifact, and a noticeable eye roll. And then you mentioned sneaky getting into there, and that caught his attention. Is getting into the archives caught his attention.
I see. So,
he doesn't like the goal, but he does like the steps to get there.
So, at this response, Regnier is going to pull himself together a little bit more and say,
before you do anything, Michael, what is your response to Shidro, the recognition? And you because the fact that the rest of the group, or I should say 3 of the group, Suzanne, since you didn't make a sense motive against him, can you roll me a bluff?
Oh, what? Okay. I take it so bad. Acrobatics.
No, this is to suppress your Michael, roll me a sense motive.
Retro Raggy.
Thunder skills.
My character's kind of thick. Thick in the head.
You're good. So you see the look of recognition on everyone's face. And the fact that the majority of them immediately turn their attention and are more focused on what you're saying about the artifact. They definitely know something about the artifact. At least this particular group of 4.
Before we continue with this conversation, I must add that it's not a good thing to be so distrusting among, especially among your employer and whatnot. I would never lie. That's the most inefficient thing.
Lying is inefficient.
Oh my god!
No. Hold on. Michael, are you lying?
No.
Then
My character thinks it's inefficient to lie.
Yep.
So this has specific significance to me as a person because of a certain other person, but I will get into it later. Either way, at this, Ragnir will say, "We do not mistrust you yet. However, before we continue with accepting your proposal, we must ask you one simple thing. Why are you looking for the Orb of Zin?"
Oh, but I've already told you. I have an obsession with it. Allow me to go into a little more detail.
That was the point.
Yeah, allow me to go into a little more
Turns out it was just a kink.
Ragnir is just like, the wind has been taken out of his sails completely.
So, because I study a particular arcana, it's sin magic. I don't know if you guys have heard about that.
Anybody here have arcana?
Nope.
I got a -1 in it.
I don't think so, but I'll check.
No.
And then for everyone but Merrick, if you guys want to do a intelligence, just a straight intelligence check, DC, we'll say 5. Addie rolled twice.
How the fuck did I? Damn.
Yeah. You all remember something that was said about a week ago by one Littlefoot.
I thought it was rune magic, not sin magic.
They are very much the same thing.
Oh.
Sin magic is derivative of rune magic.
Oh, well, this works out very nicely.
Yeah, I might recall a book that somebody had.
Huh?
Littlefoot, she had a book.
She did. I just guess I forgot.
She had 3 books, in fact. That was one of the things that she took from the fort.
Hmm.
The only person here that knew about that was Lucian.
Ah, okay.
Anyway,
Then it's simply out of academic curiosity and a wish to study it.
No,
go on.
because I study sin magic and rune magic specifically. I have compulsions. If I had never known about this artifact, the compulsion wouldn't be there. But because I picked up that scroll, I really want that orb. It's something I can't control.
So you need
I
to
fucking
do
love
anything?
this.
At this point, Ragnar's only reaction is just that of like, just huh?
Lucian's gonna be intrigued. So, do you have to do anything with the orb, or do you just need to possess it?
Lucian.
It's really just possession. I have a small collection of magical items, you could say, that that I have collected due to this compulsion, and this is just another one of those things. If I don't get it, I can't really control what I do, and sometimes it's bad things.
So, follow-up question. If you hear about another magical object while you're in the process of trying to obtain your current fixation, do you become fixated with both?
That is a very good question. Do you have any information on a magical artifact?
She just
Wait, were you
to the side, hide her bag.
Freaking reaches over the table with her long ass arms.
I'm confused. Was the question directed at Lucian or?
Yeah, whoever just asked me a question. Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. I might know about another magical item, but I'm just curious what would happen before I tell you about it.
I don't know. But what is a wizard's life if it is not that taking the road of inquisitiveness?
Well, I very much like this magical item where it's at, so
I would imagine it would still be full of magic.
Well, fair enough. But getting back to finding this orb of Zen, are you guys in or not?
We may have other goals that align.
At this point, I would say it is a mutually beneficial agreement. We will help you, and in exchange, I'm sure we will have further use of your unique talents in the future. And of course, obviously, fiscal gains to be had.
One thing that I did notice earlier when I gave you guys an examination is your gear might not be up to snuff.
Ragnar looks more than a little offended right now.
Now, trust me when I say, I believe in the Pathfinder Society. They chose you guys for your skills, not necessarily your equipment. The pay is 5,000 gold, and if you guys can get me this Orb of Zen, it's all yours. Now, there is an alternative, and the alternative is I could pay you the Momo, what's the opposite of sum? I'm mind blanking.
Difference?
Difference. Yeah. I can pay you the difference in gold and craft you magical items.
That is a very tempting offer. And
What can these magical items do?
Well, as a transmutation mage, I pride myself on belts and headbands that I can craft. These things would make you smarter, more sociable, wiser. They make you have more finesse, stronger, sturdier, that sort of thing.
I think I've got all of that, but
I think I know how. Well, I suppose I am decided in the matter. Is everyone else ready and willing?
Wait, ready
Our
and
goals
willing for
align.
what?
I don't.
Are
know
we
what-
taking the job? Are we
Oh, yeah,
taking
yeah,
this
yeah.
job?
let's do this then.
What the
I'm
fuck
in.
is Kreb playing right now? Sorry, it just appeared at the bottom of my screen. What the fuck is Smutty Souls?
Scrolls.
Scrolls, my bad.
I will remind you that this is live.
Sorry, fuck.
Curses again immediately after being reminded that it's live. Yep.
Forever on
Curse
YouTube.
is not the problem.
If it was, well.
Well,
God fucking damn it. What a bitch ass. Anyway.
Alright.
Merrick, your character has shit. Merrick is muted.
For a moment.
Let's say Merrick die again.
Merrick's
You can't
asleep.
fall asleep on us.
What a Brahma. Give him like 20 seconds. Also, he should really learn to put AFK if he's stepping away. Fuck Michael. God damn it.
Wait, whose name is Zephys?
Oh, right. Michael, you didn't introduce your character, his name.
I think Ragnar's the only one that's actually given his name.
Yeah, literally.
Thought I gave my. Oh, maybe I didn't.
Welcome back. Michael, you didn't give your name, and neither did most everyone else, so that's that might need to be addressed.
I
Well,
suppose that needs to be addressed.
with that concluded, I must say, thank goodness. I thought I was going to have to up the price and or find new adventurers, which would take longer, and I really don't want to keep my obsession waiting. My name is Zephys Vespar.
Lucian Beltameri.
I think Shidro's neck frill would finally kind of lay down and Shidro.
Lar.
Michael, will you go ahead and give me a linguistics check?
Jesus.
Uh-oh,
What
already?
the, okay, I see we have our specialist.
So not
So-
only does he know what tribe I'm from, he knows what subdivision and what swamp I was in, like what lake, what puddle.
That wasn't for you.
That wasn't for you.
Ah.
Yeah. Due to the, like I said earlier, it's very difficult to differentiate other than like from being from a particular tribe because the naming conventions and whatnot are basically the same across.
You can go play now, okay?
It's such a mishmash of like random shit that it's impossible to like pin it down like that. However, Lar is a word.
Ah.
Michael, you know Lar is drow for 3.
Drow for 3. What?
Like the Drow language.
It is the Drow word for the number 3.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was wondering what I heard. Mike was in the campaign. I was like, well, I wonder what his gimmick is gonna be this time. And lo and behold,
He's smart. He's a smart guy. He's a bit of a smarty pants.
got motherfucking plus 16.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, plus 15. My bad.
So, it's real good at it.
Look, that's just what my character was in that one game.
Freaking
Sorry, I'm back.
glitter and gold.
Hey, let us know when you're leaving.
I
Like an
thought I said
AFK.
I'd be back.
You did not.
Type AFK. Type AFK from now on.
Okay.
Because sometimes you forget to unmute to say something.
And sometimes too many people are talking.
I mean, I heard you say something about taking care of the cat, but that felt like 20 minutes ago.
Right. No, I had to go step away to use the bathroom.
Oh, actually, I did hear that.
Due to how much I have to pay attention, it's easier for
I
me
will
to
type
see
it from now on.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. All right.
So, what did I miss?
Michael introduced his character. If
Okay.
you want to say it again, Michael?
I think I said something along the lines of like pleasure, or no. I said thank goodness. I thought I was going to have to blah 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 blah, and then I said Zephys Vispar. That's my name.
So you now know Zephys. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Merrick.
Nothing fancy if you don't want it to be. Just your name.
No, I'm just like, would this be another character who would use a pseudonym?
And all the other characters introduce themselves as well.
Yeah.
I assume I get the sense that nobody else used a fake name.
Sense motive.
Sense motive, yeah.
Where's my sense motive?
I have already
Not
established that I would never lie to you guys. It's inefficient.
Yeah, everyone seems to be telling their real name.
Well, that's an amount of trust. It would
Hold
be
on,
unfair
hold on.
at this.
All right. Yeah, everyone seems to be using their real name.
That's at least an amount of trust that should be reciprocated. You may refer to me as Garrick.
What is with Merrick's obsession with characters using fake names?
Because I have a bad habit of being very distrustful.
Because it's fucking fun. You use fake names.
It's my superhero name. I have to have a superhero name.
But kind of like this academic book. The author's name is Hugh Johnson, and I'm like, really?
All right. Well, I mean, the party is gathered. You guys can do what you want. I'm here to just facilitate what you guys do.
Yippee!
You had said you needed to. Are big even for a halfling.
My internet took a dive, and it cut out after Merrick said, so you needed to
So what he said is you needed to enter the restricted area of the Magamba.
Just feel offended.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Garrick physically has larger ears than most other halflings.
How do you spell Garrick?
Garric.
If there was a U in there, I would have made the joke about magic.
Well, as long as the rest of you are as loud as you appear, I should be able to enter without problem.
Some
I
people.
haven't raised my voice once. How am I loud?
You'll notice I said appear. you don't exactly blend in with other fleshed humanoids.
There are
You
plenty of
know,
lizard
small
folk in
man,
the city.
it's very rude to judge by appearances, especially when speaking to a lady.
Some people, I tell you.
This is why I work with animals.
I mean,
Pedro will
you
lean
haven't
down
met
close to his
who
ear
could
and
be
very
animal.
gently whisper, "Some people call lizards animals." And then she'll just straighten back up. Pleasure to work with you.
Indeed.
Anywho's, what I would likely suggest, if we wish to do this quickly and with potentially little bloodshed, is to wait until dim light, but not total darkness.
I thought the
Wait.
only reason they were disallowing him was because he was alone. I thought we just needed the group to get in.
Hang on. Who said anything about sneaking in? Like,
He needs it. Well, he says he needs access. What he really means is he needs the information they are borrowing from him.
Which they
does
will grant him
he?
with a party.
Zephyrus, didn't you say that they literally would let you in if you had enough other support, aka us?
Well, they specifically said it was too dangerous to go alone, so.
I suppose we can try that attempt first.
This guy
Hey,
thinks
hey.
we're gonna be stealthing anywhere.
Who said anything about you?
Or not.
Like I said, I could get in.
We'll see how far that gets you.
But
You're awfully short to have such a tall stick up your ass, sir.
oh yeah, should point out there is a really nasty looking sickle on his belt and a big quarterstaff with a piece. It looks like a shepherd's crook, but instead of being a full U, it's an L at the top. Like, well, it's not quite up my ass. As he thumbs at the quarterstaff.
Ragnar stifles a laugh. And yeah,
Let us proceed to the archives. We'll see if they'll just let us in now that you have an entourage.
I mean, I suppose we could do that now. Or do we want to wait until we're a little bit more prepared?
I mean, after all, the first part is just information gathering. How dangerous could it be?
You'd be surprised.
I mean, they did say traps.
I am relatively prepared myself, so I think I'll make my way over to the Mongambia. But should you guys require extra preparation, just come by whenever. I'll be there, reading books.
Let me actually check how much money I have, because I might actually be getting some new armor.
I mean, and also the crafting thing could start.
Yeah, that's mostly what I was referring to. Actually, you know what? This is something I can do later.
Oh shit, I'm dumb.
Because like if we have like maximum 5,000 to spend allowance of magic items, then it'd be a waste to not put it to use before we go into the dungeon. So
everyone's heading to the Mongambia.
Yeah, seems like
in that direction.
Okay. It's going to take you probably a few hours to get there.
Doesn't seem that far. Well, okay, it seems far, but not multiple hours far.
I mean, you probably have time for a couple card games, you know?
Well, you gotta remember that the streets are kind of crowded.
Ah, okay.
So it's not like you could run to this place. You have to go at most a brisk walk.
All right.
And the fastest route is to go down this way, up here, there, and then take the road around.
Yeah, okay.
Which I imagine would be an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So I'm rounding to 2 for any other little. You guys haven't had breakfast. Do you guys want to just stop by one of the street vendors?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little peckish.
The most street vendors sure of like fish and like a fish sandwich or like a soup cup that's like and the soup cups are like what is fucking semantic?
In ceramic? Like, is that the word you're trying to say? Ceramic?
Semantic?
No,
Somatic?
No. Hold on.
Pretty sure you're trying to say ceramic.
Our D&D characters featured on a word guessing game show.
Yeah, ceramic.
It is, yeah. It's ceramic. So, like, the not glass.
Oh,
right.
like
This is more. Yeah, it's more pottery, but like
yes.
there's like
fancy clay.
Shidro and
like glazeware or
Garrick and Zephys would all. You guys spent a little bit of time in the city. You guys probably have figured out what you do with these. Is when you get it from these like when you get one of those like soup bowls, you drink it, and like there are places to drop it off that clean it and then resell it out to vendors.
I wouldn't.
You haven't eaten any street food?
I don't eat.
Is that a self thing?
No, it's not.
Huh?
We can talk about his shit in post if we want to go over all
this
that.
motherfucker got a flaw.
I mean,
No, he doesn't have a flaw. That is something that he did.
I've already told you guys my flaw. I could potentially do bad things to get magical items that I want.
Not just magical items.
Oh yeah, items of value.
And that's a value to you.
No.
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 So has food ever been of value?
Depends. But
you try to take my spleen, we're gonna have words.
So you then I correct my statement. Michael's character wouldn't know, but the other two would. So you could get soup, you could get fish sandwiches. There's like honeyed bread.
Fish sandwich.
You want a fish sandwich? Okay, you get a fish sandwich.
Yeah, Shidro gotta go with the fish sandwich.
All right. This costs so little that I'm not going to make you keep track of it.
Wow, this is crazy.
Does anyone get soup?
Yes.
What kind of soup do you want? Do you want like a vegetable soup, a fish soup.
He's gonna go for the. He goes for the fish.
The fish soup. Okay. There's like little shrimp bits in it. Bits of like cod. And then like some like just thick potatoes. And like very thinly sliced carrot.
Might have to ask about this one. This actually looks good. How does it taste?
The shrimp are like they kind of just like melt in your mouth. The cod has more of like a gelatin like smooth texture. The potatoes give you like they're hard, and then once you break into them, they kind of flake and break into your mouth. And the carrots offer like a little bit of a crunch. And then the broth is very heavily seasoned. It's got this kind of yellowish tint to it.
He's gonna talk to the street vendor and be like, "This is
you're on your way. You buy this thing and you keep walking."
Okay, like, fair enough.
This isn't like, hey, street vendor, as you're standing there as like 60 other people walk by and do the same thing.
No, okay. He's like, I'll see if I can't recreate something like this later.
Laura, do you order any food?
Probably the fish soup.
Okay.
Try and be different, I guess.
Then I would just explain to Laura about how they handle the bowls in the city.
Yeah. It comes in a, well, I'll describe it. It's a ceramic bowl. It's a clay bowl. It looks, it goes, it's easily fit into your hand, but it's very tall. But the soup only goes about to the like bottom fourth. And the reason it's tall so that you're able to drink it and then like go pick out things from it, like almost like a bag, like an open bag. And then there are these like buildings that you can drop these things off. That these buildings make it and wash and resell these back out to the vendors. So their whole thing is selling this to the vendors, and then people drop it back off. You pay for both the food and the thing, and then you drop it back off there, and they clean it and resell it to the vendor. So that the vendors are making money, and their suppliers are making money.
Gotcha.
You all make your way to the Mungumbia without any other issue, having a very, actually pretty decently hearty meal, very much a breakfast and fast to move very quickly. Michael, you approach the archives, and the same kind of like elderly, like billy goat chinned, orc with like slick gray hair is sitting there with his like long staff just at the entrance of the archives, just kind of like slowly chewing on something.
I walk up to him and say, "Hello again. I've brought company this time. Will I be given access to the archives?"
Not my call, little guy. He gets down. But the group does look hardy enough to take it done. I will say you do need permission from the council. Due to, the dangers, the council has to judge and give permission. But there was no point in telling you that until you had a group that could be judged. He writes down on a note, your best bet's to seek out the magistrate mayor. Which one is this? Kawazi.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do just that.
Chances are, if you want, you're going to have to do a favor for them. Typically how things are done around. This is about the same for all of the, if you want any support from any of the magistrate mayors. Kawazi's been having issues with the Woodmaker Alliance. That's Owithu at the moment. He gets back up on his little perch. So if you bring a favor from Owithu to Kawazi, she will just not ask for a favor to begin with, because that would be favor enough.
All right. Well, I'll turn back to the party, and I guess I'll start heading out until I am out of earshot of the.
Oh, okay. Give me a perception check.
Who?
Michael, since he's asking for a trigger. Okay. You move about 200 feet out. Believing you are outside.
I would have assumed if I just leave the room.
Well, you guys are out in a courtyard.
Oh, okay.
He's sitting on this like little gargoyle type structure that has a stone like staircase that's gated that goes down into the ground. The majority of the school buildings were built that you see here were built after the Civil War, because there were 3 of these entrances. 2 of them were destroyed. This is the last one that goes down into the old school, which is the archive. Because the old school was built into the hill, like inside the hill.
Well, I'll say to the party, I'm not really one for doing favors to other people, generally speaking, and this seems to be an inefficient way of going about things. I would like to go to the council and talk to them first to see if that's something that they would want done.
All right, it's your job.
Alrighty, you're the boss here.
Okay.
We're going another 5-hour journey to the council building.
Let's see.
That's
here.
literally
if you take that route. It's about 2 hours. because as the morning, you guys are past the morning rush, so you can make a little bit better time. But we're going to call it. Wait for Chris to give me the